So now I want to actually use the Nexmow app. And right now, what I want to do is I want to create this as a mapped area in which I can deploy the mower. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go in and I'm going to chart a new area. I'm going to add an area, and I'm going to call this Harris Doyle. They're the good people at Harris Doyle Homes who are letting us use this house that's actually for sale in order to film this video. I'm going to call this one Harris Doyle, and I'm going to save this area. And it's going to save that in to all of my areas, and I've got about 40 or 50 areas that I have saved in now. I'm going to find the Harris Doyle area, select on it, and then I can now begin the charting process. First thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going and set the height. I'm going to set this at about a 2-inch mowing height for right now, and I'm going to click on Create Boundary. Now, in doing this, I'm going to have screenshots so you can actually take a look at these, but I need to, in the charting process, I need to tell it which mower I want to actually, or which unit I want to actually map with. So I'm selecting my 202 here, unit of M1. That's the code for it. So I'm charting this area now. And in charting, what I'm doing is I want to actually add a mowing zone. So I'm going to be able to add mowing zones and then actually no-mow areas in this case. What I can see on my app right now is that I have good quality signal that I can see, and for the charting process. So right now, I'm actually charting or mapping the mowing area. I'm going to turn it around. I've got a green light. I'm going to drive it to the edge and begin mapping the area. As I'm driving, it's mapping the area right now. Okay. Driving along the edge, a little bit onto the concrete right now, so it can actually, I can reduce my actual weed eating that I need to do. I'm going to drive it into this area around the pole. Up to the sign. House is available for sale here. It's going to map out the front yard. In this case, could map out the entire yard if I wanted to, but right now, since this is just a demonstration, we're just going to do a smaller area. At that point in time, look back at my phone, I can click Charting Complete. At this time, it's going to verify the boundary of the area that I'm actually wanting to mow. So it's verifying the boundary to make sure I had good GPS signal, and I can look on the map here and I can see that I had good GPS signal for the entirety of the area that I mapped. I'm going to actually optimize the area, and it's going to save the area. And now what I want to do is I'm going to drive over and I want to create a keep out zone in this case. Once I've driven it over to the area that I want to create a keep out zone around this tree, I'm going to create keep out zone. I see that I have good quality signal, and you notice I drove clockwise around the lawn in order to map out the area, but I'm going to drive counterclockwise around this in order to designate the keep out zone. Okay. Now I've driven around that area. I want to say charting complete. I could map out lots of different keep out zones within an area, but I'm just going to do one this time. I'm going to verify the boundary of my keep out zone that I've generated. It has now verified the boundary, and I'm going to optimize that. It says start optimization, and I'm going to save the optimization of that area. Zooming in to make sure it looks good. And then, now that I've finished my mapping, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to generate the map at this point in time. So I click on Generate Map. It's actually going to generate a map of the area to make sure that it has full coverage of the area, the outside area I wanted to mow. And it's done that. Now I actually want to go in and actually select the area and begin to actually start mowing. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to select the mower that I want to use. In this case, it's the one I actually mapped out with. I scanned it in. I say next. And then right now you can see I'm right along the edge. So I'm going to drive the mower a little bit more into the area that I want to mow. Make sure it's not along the edge. And then I'm going to click Start Mower. So now what's going to happen with the Nexmow system is it's first it's going to set the height, which it's doing right now. And then it's going to move in a circular pattern in order to calibrate itself for the area. And then it's going to begin the mowing process. As soon as it starts mowing, we're going to move over while it's mowing and show you how to chart actually with the mapping tool instead of using the mower. See, it's moving in a circle right now in order to calibrate itself, and then it's going to be ready to actually begin use. The blades have turned on now, and it's going to start mowing. And the mower is actually determining the most optimal way in order to mow this area. And it's going to start the mowing process by creating a line, and then it's going to continue to extend that border as it mows.